What do you need to open an account in Switzerland? The financial future is under threat. Unpredictable politicians, over-indebted state coffers, the risk to retirement pensions, a weak euro, loss of purchasing power, nationalization, surveillance, and capital export bans are causing fear, leading more and more German investors to open an account in Switzerland. As a German citizen, you are allowed to open an account in Switzerland completely legally, but only an investment account with a minimum capital of 1 million euros. Depending on the bank, the account opening process and the initial capital required can vary greatly. At UBS, opening an account can take up to 2 months, whereas with me it takes 10 days. Recently, UBS raised the minimum investment amount to 2 million. However, there are banks that require 5 or even 10 million, such as Bank Pictet and Citicorp. With me, 500,000 euros are enough. In this video, I will show you what it takes to open a Swiss bank account. Stay tuned.
Caputo and Partners. We fight for your money.
I am Enzo Caputo, a Swiss lawyer, and for over 30 years, I have been advising wealthy private clients worldwide on asset protection in German, Vermögensschutz. I was the head of the legal department within the old UBS group. After that, I became CEO of the Association of Swiss Asset Managers. Today, I am the owner of the boutique law firm Caputo and Partners. I make sure that your assets end up only with truly secure private banks. Only those proven and highly experienced asset managers who consistently deliver excellent results and meticulously grow your financial wealth step by step over time are carefully considered for this important role. On my website, swissbankinglawyers.com, successful international business people like you will find tips and solutions on asset protection, golden visas, acquiring a second passport, and saving on taxes. What is meant by a Swiss bank account? In the glamorous jet-set lifestyle of the rich and famous, a Swiss bank account is like owning a vintage Ferrari or a private jet. An account in Switzerland at a renowned private bank is very exclusive. It makes a clear statement about your personality. It's more than just a regular private account. It's a Swiss private account. It comes with personalized service from a dedicated relationship manager. This is all done in the style of Swiss private banking for wealthy investors. What does Swiss private banking mean? In contrast to retail banking for local walk-in customers, Swiss private banking means diversified and tailor-made wealth management with access to exclusive products and club deals, personalized, tailor-made service with access to glamorous events, extravagant services included. Let me show you with an example just how far Swiss private banking can go. The client is a wealthy, lonely widow who calls the relationship manager almost every day. She has nothing to do. She is looking for a dog of a rare breed to be her loyal companion. The relationship manager accompanies the lonely widow to a meeting with a renowned dog breeder who will procure the rare dog. For other private clients, he arranges hard-to-get privileged tickets for the car race in Monte Carlo, right in the middle of the Formula One spectacle, or exclusive tickets for the Wimbledon tennis tournament. I have witnessed cases where a bank director criticized the relationship manager for not using the company credit card enough. Successful private bankers are extroverted networkers who never miss an opportunity to build relationships with wealthy individuals. In industry jargon, private clients are referred to as high net worth individuals. These are investors with bank assets ranging from 1 to 30 million. Investors with over 30 million in bank assets are called ultra-high net worth individuals. Having a private banking account like that means high prestige. Can I, as a German citizen, open a bank account in Switzerland? Nearly 30% of all private investors worldwide who have a foreign account have a bank account in Switzerland. A foreign account is also called an offshore account. Switzerland is the most important financial center in the world for offshore accounts. However, not all banks in Switzerland accept foreigners without Swiss residency. Certain high-risk countries are not served. There are blacklists for this. There is freedom of contract. This means that any Swiss bank can refuse a customer without giving a reason. The only exception is the state-controlled bank PostFinance, which by law must accept customers residing in Switzerland, provided the money was earned legally. This is a legal mandate. PostFinance is the only bank that will open an account with a small amount of money for people residing in Switzerland's neighboring countries. The private banking account should not be confused with the Swiss account for Germans who have moved to Switzerland to live and work here. That is an ordinary account in retail banking, which can be opened with a starting capital of 100 francs, provided you have residency in Switzerland. Such an account has nothing to do with Swiss private banking. Most videos on the internet explain how to open an account as an expat, as someone newly arrived in Switzerland, as cheaply as possible. Here we are talking about the elite. These are wealthy German investors residing in Germany who want a private banking account in Switzerland so they can sleep soundly and worry-free at night, knowing their money is in safe hands where it is constantly growing. Many clients from Germany ask me, when are international transfers subject to reporting requirements? Many believe that in Germany there is an obligation to report to the Bundesbank for payments abroad that exceed 12,500 euros per calendar year. If you have an account in your name in Germany and transfer money to your own Swiss account in Switzerland, there is no reporting requirement. The reporting requirement only applies if you transfer more than 50,000 euros to third parties or companies. Recently, the amount subject to reporting was increased from 12,500 euros to 50,000 euros. What do you need for a bank account in Switzerland? The most important document is a valid passport, which you must also present in person at most banks. The bank makes a certified copy of your passport by confirming its authenticity. However, more and more banks are now allowing bank accounts to be opened online. Proof of residence can then be provided, for example, with a water or electricity bill. I always recommend submitting a short resume, no longer than one A4 page, along with your most recent tax return. This also proves that your assets have been taxed in accordance with the law. Today, it is impossible to open an account at a Swiss bank with untaxed money. The tax return also makes it easier to document the origin of your assets. That is why the most recent tax return is required today. With me, you can also open an account with just 500,000 euros as initial capital, and the bank fees are guaranteed to be lower than if you go directly to the bank. I work with external asset managers who have several hundred million with the custodian bank. There are more and more banks that charge a fee for opening an account. With me, account opening is free of charge for you. I am paid by the asset manager. The bank checks and documents the origin of the assets in detail. The account opening forms are comparable to those in Germany. You need to be careful when filling out Form A. On Form A, you must provide detailed information about the beneficial owner. For heaven's sake, do not make any false statements on Form A. The Swiss Federal Supreme Court has ruled that providing false information on Form A constitutes forgery of documents. You would be committing a criminal offense. Even when asked about the origin of your assets, which can sometimes be uncomfortable, I advise you to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. You are allowed to remain silent, but you must never lie. You risk facing money laundering charges. The account opening procedure is a serious matter. The bank is obligated to report any serious suspicion of money laundering. Banks love to ask how you earned your first million. Think about what documents you can provide to support this. Statements about the origin of your assets are not enough. You actually need to document how you built up your wealth. Tax returns are also excellent for this purpose. There are banks whose account opening applications are more than 100 pages long. Don't let yourself get discouraged. Many forms check whether you have any ties to America. Having a green card for the USA is enough to get you rejected. Finally, here's a hot tip. For large payments, for example, for any payment over 20,000 euros, request a callback from the bank to confirm the authenticity of the instruction. I recommend that you avoid making payments with a large account. Every payment leaves a trace. Cases of identity fraud are common. Once the money is gone, don't expect the bank to cover the loss. The fine print gives you no chance of successfully taking action against the bank. You don't stand a chance handle your payments through your account in Germany. With the account where the millions are kept, you should avoid making transfers like the devil avoids holy water. Insider information like this can be found at universities, in libraries, in bookstores, or even on the internet. If you find this information useful, please let me know. Please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel now and ring the bell. That way, you'll never miss any new videos again. If you want to secure your financial future with a Swiss bank account, if you want a top-notch asset manager who will grow your money step by step, then send me an email or call me now. Dial the phone number above 004-1442-124404. Move your money out of your country before your country takes it from you. Be rich and stay rich. I wish you a wonderful day.